This is double pane soundproof glass. Nah, it's not. This is regular glass. It's clear, it's from the factory. I'm Dan H, and today on the project, we're gonna tint it. Okay, so the tint that we're going to be using is pre-cut strips for a 1997 to 2001 Jeep Cherokee XJ. I got this on eBay from Elite Tint back in October. I'm going to open it up and I'm going to let it sit out just so it's not too curled. I probably shouldn't have waited so long. So the reason why I went with the pre-cut tint is because I believe the one thing that scares most people away from doing the tint themselves is the fact that they have to measure and cut the giant rolls of tint. This is going to make it a lot easier. You just spray your soap on and squeeze it in there. Okay, this is not too bad. I only have one kind of crease spot on the passenger side. But I'm going to let it sit for a while. I'm going to talk about the supplies we need for this job, and maybe it'll flatten out. So what you're going to need to tint the windows is, of course, the window tint itself, a lot of soapy water. I'm going to use some rubbing alcohol first to wipe off any oils and fingerprints. Some assorted squeegees, razor scraper, always use a fresh blade, and the cleanest microfiber towel you can get. I don't want to use paper towels because I don't want any lint or fuzzies or anything in between my glass and my tint. So now that we have this all set up, let's get started. Scraper to scrape off any dirt and grime. A little bit more rubbing alcohol. Now a lot of soapy water. So right at the bottom we have these air bubbles. They're like fingers. I'm going to try to take the heat gun, see if we could shrink them out with the heat gun. Alright, so there it is. Not bad at all. The most difficult part was tucking it underneath the bottom window trim. Now the most important thing when you tint your windows is to not open them for at least a couple days. Otherwise, all that hard work will peel right off. Okay, here we are 4 days later to check on the progress of the tint. Right off the bat, I think it looks great. I think it matches the factory tint in the back, and I'm really happy with it. I don't see any bubbles or any fingers. One problem I do see is the window trim. That really stands out now. That looks ugly. I think I'm going to paint that today. But let's continue on with the review of the window tint. Check out the driver's side. Stand with Scotty. If anybody doesn't know who Scotty is, check out the Scotty Kramer YouTube channel. He's an inspiration. Okay, and here's the driver's side. All right, moment of truth. Wow, pretty good. I like it. I'll check the passenger side. If you guys hear tons of airplanes in the video, that's because I live right around the block from the Brookhaven Airport. A lot of air traffic. All right, the passenger side test. Ah, beautiful. Okay guys, that's going to do it for the window tint project. I'm very happy with the way this came out. I definitely recommend using the pre-cut window tint. It's so much more easier than having to mess with that giant roll and measuring and cutting. I definitely recommend a heat gun. You need it to shrink down all the little air bubbles and air pockets that form up along the edges. You should probably use more than one squeegee. That'll help tuck in the tint into the corners. And also one thing to consider, guys, is you might not want to do this in the summertime when it's 90 degrees if you don't have AC like this thing. That'll be another project down the road. But until then, remember to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you again on the next project. when we fix this ugly window trim.